Everywhere you look, there's drugs. Everywhere you look, there is money. I got in love with the money, I got in love with the power. I'm untouchable. When I was 16 years old, I started selling K2. Some people call it spice, fake weed, synthetic marijuana. Super, super addictive. But I'm not just addicted to the drugs, I'm addicted to the game. I was making $100,000 a week. I got money everywhere. Now all the dealers that used to sell to me don't like me. I got up there in the drug game. I was motivated. I was the king, you know, but then boom, there's flashlights behind me, flashlights in front of me. I ran for my life. That's when I'm like, oh shit, I'm fucked.
Take one, marker.
My name is Yazz. I go by Yazz, and I grew up in Fallujah, Iraq. I was born in 1996. It wasn't a fun time to be in Iraq. When I was 6 years old, 7 years old, we used to go around and look for AKs that's been thrown by somebody else and just shoot in the air in the middle of the city. Everything was just blown up. No houses, no grocery, no gas. You can't walk outside without worrying about who's gonna shoot you, or you can't take a step without worrying about they're gonna step on a bomb. You just walk through it and boom, you're gone. My neighbors, me and their kid used to be friends. He used to collect copper so he can, you know, sell and make some money to buy candy, whatever. We're young, we're like 10 years old. One day he seen this big piece of copper right on the floor. He went ahead and picked up the wire and kept on pulling it from the ground. The bomb that was connected to, it just went off. Everybody heard the boom. All we see is smoke, you know, rocks everywhere flying. Everybody now knew that the bomb went off on somebody. When that happened, the adults didn't say, oh, kids, go get away, you don't need to see this. No, go get it back and help. Seeing my friend get killed, it changed a lot of stuff in you. Like, it changed how you think. It changes your personality. Like, yeah.
My name is Jibo Khalif. Yazz is my brother. He is 4 years older than me. He always looked out for me, made sure I was safe. Growing up in Iraq, you see a lot of stuff, and it will affect you in many ways. PTSD, anxiety. You always have flashbacks of what you've seen, like dead bodies, people getting blown up and stuff like that. Me and Yazz's relationship was really tight. He's like a father figure to me, because me and my dad were never close.
Me and my father, we didn't have the best relationship. He worked in Saddam Hussein's army, enrolled in the army by law, and he didn't want to be there, so he went through a lot of stuff. My dad was an alcoholic, I'd say. He probably wouldn't say he was an alcoholic. Like, he will get drunk and come home, and I don't want to go into much details because, I mean, it is always family, right? My dad had big problems, which is where who I am comes from, because I had to go through things most people wouldn't have to. Now I'm grown, I don't blame him. It's life, move on. When the war was happening, there was no work. My dad spoke really good English, so now he had another option of being a translator with the American Army, because they pay good. But once you're helping the American Army or any Americans, now you're the enemy of Iraq. And so every time he's with them, translating with them, he had a mask on. But people know his voice, you know, people know his eyes. So eventually, he started getting some threats or whatever. And the army was like, look, we can't put you in this position. If you want to go to America, we can set you asylum, get you out of here. I was around 15 years old. I've never been in a plane, and we landed in Harrisonburg, Virginia. And I don't see anybody looking behind their shoulders or, looking where they're stepping.
When we came over here, you step outside, you see trees, you hear birds chirping instead of gunshots, and that was like a dream come true.
This nice lady gave us a key, and we walked into the house, and boom, there's our house. Being a refugee, you get everything ready for you. There is a refrigerator full of food, a plasma TV, got my own room. I got outside, and it's like ladies walking with shorts, with no hijab. It's like me watching porn, because you never see that in Iraq. Being here was, it's like heaven. I was motivated to learn English. Within the next 6 months, I'm speaking good enough to get a date.
My name is Summer, and I know Yasser because obviously he's my boyfriend.
Summer's my current girlfriend, and my ex-girlfriend and my current girlfriend.
My first impression of Yasser was kind of like, one of those bad boys or whatever. He kind of gave off that vibe. We were at Waterman Park, and I was walking with my friends. He stopped me and asked me what my name was, and I wouldn't tell him. And he asked me for about maybe 10 to 15 minutes, and he didn't speak very good English. I could barely understand him sometimes.
We just connected. I didn't understand a goddamn thing she said. She didn't understand nothing I said.
Finally, I gave him my name, and we hung out a couple of times. And then from there, we ended up together.
She's just amazing, man. Funny, sarcastic, smart, supportive, loving. And she's goddamn sexy, man. She's sexy as hell.
It was his personality that I was attracted to the most. I'm not calling him ugly. His looks he wasn't ugly at all. He's always been attractive, but I was more attracted to his personality than anything.
So eventually I found a few American people that smoke weed. I've never tried drugs before, so I'm like, okay, let me try it a few times. I liked it from there.
We started going to the rec center and going to the pool and stuff, and everybody was like offering weed to us. It was freedom, so we was like, why not do it?
And the first time I really ever committed a crime was when I wanted weed and I didn't have the money for it. My friend's friend that had, I think it was $60 in his pockets. So I'm like, yo, can I give him $6? And he's like, no, can you buy it and then we can share it? And he was like, nah, I don't smoke either. I'm like, okay. I beat up the dude and I take the money from him and feel good about it. Like I told you to smoke with me, but you didn't smoke with me, so that's what you get. Back then, I'll steal a few dollars from whoever I can find, you know what I mean? Or when I had like $100, I'd go and buy like a quarter of weed, smoke whatever I can smoke, sell whatever I need to sell to get more. And I would sell it in school, I'd sell it everywhere, so everybody noticed what I'm doing. It just went from smoking 1 time, 2 times a day to smoking all day long, missing school. I went from a good boy to that within a month or two. My father, he noticed what I'm doing. So he's like, hey, Yazz, you smoke weed? I'm like, no, I don't. And he's like, yeah, you look like you smoke weed. So he kept on following us, seeing everything I was doing. I was smoking weed, I'm selling the weed. Eventually he's like, look, stop. You have to stop this right now. I didn't stop. In Iraq, I never say no to him. If your dad pulls a gun and gives it to you and tells you to shoot yourself in the leg, you better shoot yourself in the leg. And then now, this is America. He can't beat me now because if he does, I will call the police and he's getting in trouble. He cannot get me to stop by himself. So he went around the house and seen whatever damage there was done to the house, just regular wear and tear, and called the cops and was like, look, everything is wrong in this house. Yazz done it. I believe my dad built this whole fake case against me because I've never touched the house. The cops come to arrest me, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm fucked. I was really scared, man. First time I'm talking to a cop, since I came here. And then as they arrest me on the spot for property damage, I have a pipe of weed and stuff, so I was like, can I smoke some of it? He's like, no. And then they just locked me up. I think they gave me a month. I was nervous, not scared because, nothing could be worse of what I went through in Iraq. But I was nervous because I didn't know where I was going. I get to juvenile and all these little kids that have never shot a gun before. So I'm like, okay, I'm not worried about them. They gave you food, milk, everything you need. Pizza, fried chicken. Come on, how is this supposed to be punishment? If juvie was in Iraq, I would voluntarily go knock the door and be like, hey, can I please stay here? A month later, I got out of juvie, and I was like, okay, where can I get some weed at? I went ahead and I brought more weed, whatever, I smoked weed, and my probation officer come knock the door. He's like, look, from now on, every month you have to piss, because you're on probation. And I'm like, I just smoked weed. I didn't know I was on probation. He's like, look, it's okay, I understand that you've never been through this, so you got one more month from now, and we're gonna test you, and you should be clean. From there, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm not doing weed no more, but I am gonna do whatever else I can. There's this dealer I used to buy it from. He used to fuck me over, so I wanna teach him a lesson and get revenge on him. I knew these people that used to be on probation and always smoke. One day when I was walking, they were smoking and I did not smell weed. So I'm like, hey, what kind of weed is this? Like, it don't even smell like weed. He's like, well, because it's not weed, it's K2. Some people call it spice, fake weed, synthetic marijuana, which doesn't show in your piss test. 2 days later, I go back to this drug dealer, Jay, and got some. First time I smoked, all I did was laugh. Everything you say to me is funny, it was great. It gets me high. Now I'm passing my drug test. But then, I didn't know it was super, super addictive. One time, I smoked K2. I heard a beat somewhere, and then as I was like, trying to figure out where the beat is, I got stuck on the beat being on my ear because I could feel it. As I'm running towards past people, he's like, yo, what are you doing? I'm like, there's a fucking bee on my ear. I got to the bathroom, I open the door, and there's a mirror. I go like this. I could still hear the beat, but there's no beat. I'm like, shit. It's my earring the whole time. I hate bees.
Do I have to tell you my government name? My name's Dimitri Dovo, and I've been friends with Yassir for about 5 years now. I first met Yassir because he needed a bag of two, so I gave him some. So K2 isn't illegal. It's a spice, aromatic spice.
It's bad for you. The cops could bust you for it, but you can get it. It's just like bath salt.
K2 was becoming illegal because it gives people seizures and stuff like that. So the government would ban the ingredients that were in there. So what people started doing was taking those ingredients out and putting different ingredients in. So that way it's new ingredients that they have not made illegal yet. Then the government would have to make a whole brand new drug test. And they just couldn't keep up with it.
K2's not a joke. When you smoke K2, you get high, but you get really high. PCP, meth, heroin, I'd put it in the same category as all that.
My stepdad had to drive this lady to the hospital. She took one hit of K2, couldn't swallow anymore. She didn't make it.
A couple months go by and I got off probation. And now my brother hands me weed and I smoked it. I'm like, nope, I don't want it. Because it doesn't get me high. It's like smoking a cigarette. K2 is so much stronger than it. Once you do this, you can't get high of this. Now I have been smoking K2 for 5 months. I've never been addicted to anything as much as I has been addicted to that. I cannot go an hour without it. The high only lasts 15 to 20 minutes. So you had to smoke every 15 to 20 minutes. I was like, I gotta do it, I gotta get it.
I feel like Yassir did have a severe problem with drugs. Yassir on drugs is not Yassir.
K2 made him crazy. He was paranoid all the time. Anybody that try and mess with him, he'll basically like pop off right away.
My whole personality changed. My whole me changed. It's not me no more.
He'll get it by any means necessary. And then that's when he started thinking about selling it himself.
When I was 16 years old, I started selling K2. In Virginia, you couldn't find it in the stores. The best option is New York. So I know how to get it. I just need the money. To get the money, I went car hopping. Car hopping is going through cars. You open the car, take whatever you can sell, whatever cash you keep. And I did that for a couple days. I think I came up with like $5,000. I told this girl that I knew to rent me a car. She rented me a car. I went to Harlem, I parked the car, and walked around the stores. And boom, second store I go into, they have it right there on the shelf. I was like, hey, can I get 4,000 worth of that stuff, please? He was an Arabic guy, so we clicked. And then he's like, okay. And he just comes up with like half a duffel bag full and just give it to me. And I just looked around, I'm like, damn, it's just like that. I got to Virginia, and now 4 dealers that I was dealing with, I have more K2 than all 4 of them. Better because they used to get it and mix it with oregano to make more money, but it makes it weaker. So people don't like it as much as it was just straight from the pack, you know? And then I started selling it to people that other dealers used to sell it to. And now everybody likes my stuff better than they like everybody else's stuff.
When he first started selling K2, he was selling small quantities that he was getting from other dealers. In 3-4 months, he was robbing them dealers. Within 6 months, he had his own business, his own empire, basically.
I was 17. I'm making $5,000 a day, 400% profit.
Way too dope, young boy, way too dope. Whole lot of smoke, don't want no smoke.
The money was spent on partying, going to the mall and buying $1,000 worth of clothes daily. While I'm high on Xanax, Coke, K2, I get to the mall and everything I see I like. You know, because when you're on Xanax, you like everything. I'll buy like a bunch of clothes, a bunch of shoes, and then the next day when I wake up, I try the clothes and none of them fit.
Ice on froze, so like no. I'm way too dope, yo, I'm way too dope.
I was 17 to drive the nicest car on the road. I didn't even have $100 a couple months ago. Now all the dealers that used to sell to me don't like me. Like I have power in a way. So went ahead and got me a few guns. There's this dealer I used to buy from. His name was Jay. He used to fuck me over. He used to not give it to me for the right price. By doing that, it's disrespecting me. So I want to teach him a lesson, and I want to make a name for myself because I was the next big thing coming. I want to get revenge on him. Me and my friend, I have a gun, he have a gun, and we were on the way to my former dealer. Kick the door and my blood is pumping. I see drug dealer Jay, and I put the gun in his face. And I was like, I'm just here for your stuff. Don't make me shoot you. I got in love with the money, I got in love with the power. I got up there in the drug game. I'm making $10,000 a day. I got money everywhere. I just never get enough. Me and my friend, I have a gun, he have a gun, and we were on the way to my former dealer. I get there, kick the door, and my goal was to go in there, rob everything he has to teach him a lesson. I slapped his ass, told him sit down, do not get up, and I put the gun in his face. I'm just here for your stuff. Don't make me shoot you. He tried to move and I hit him again. Split his forehead open.
I'm sleeping. All of a sudden, I hear a bunch of commotion going on. I'm kind of out of luck because I hear one guy say, hey, go check this room, make sure no one's in there. He comes in, catches me back behind the door. I'm like, caught, fuck, he got me. So we walk out.
He had somebody at gunpoint walking out with him. As I was looking back, I seen it was Dovo. My friend was like, look, Yazz, look what we have here. I looked at him like, seriously, dude? That's my name. You just said my name. And he's like, oh, shit, my bad, bro, my bad. I'm like, you know what, fuck this. It's me, hello.
Dude pulls off his mask and is Yassir.
Like, yo, what's up, Dovo? Come and sit your ass down right here with them.
I recognize him because I've sold drugs to him and the other guy he was with. And so I'm just sitting there like, looking at them in their eyes like, you know, I know who you are, you know who I am. I'm gonna catch you when I get up out of here.
I'm like, look, bro, me and you cool, but me and this motherfucker right there are not cool because he disrespected me and he knew that was coming. And then from there, I was like, look, man, Dovo has been in the room for the past 10 minutes, 5 minutes. So I don't know what he did. I don't know who he called. We gotta get out of here. We took about 1,000, taxi K2, and $200. Called the taxi and we dipped. We was out of there. Yeah, we did. We called a cab, yeah. It was dumb, man. We stupid. I mean, doing a rapper in the first place is stupid. So calling a taxi wasn't the stupidest thing.
A week later, Yazz had texted me like, bro, I'm really sorry. I was gone off pills. He came to my house later that evening, you know, shook my hand and everything. He's like, I can make up for it. I have a plan. I got the money for it. Let's make some business. It'd be me and you against the world type shit. Street law, you're never supposed to fuck with someone who just robbed you. But if a man can come up to you and be like, hey, I humbly apologize and shake my hand, plus you came with money, oh hell yeah. Can't say no to that. That's how me and Yazz started.
My dad knew what I was doing. He does not like what I do. My mom doesn't like what I do. I didn't listen to them, I didn't care. I dropped out of school. Now I live by myself in a hotel. Drugs coming in and out like it's nothing.
He would like have 3 hotels at a time where he keep his drugs at, in 2 of them, and he would sleep in one. And then like the next day he would get 3 different hotels.
I got in love with the money, I got in love with the power. By the time I was 18 years old, I was making $100,000 a week. I got my own guys that run for me. It never got to the point where, okay, this is good enough. No, I keep escalating. Every time I get 10,000, I want 20,000. Every time I get 20,000, I want 40,000. I'm not just addicted to the drugs, I'm addicted to the game, addicted to the cell.
The most crazy party we ever had was the party that my brother ran.
It's what we call the booty hole popping party. You do not go through that door unless you go through the bathroom first and get a few ecstasies stuck in your ass before you go in there. Ecstasy in the ass. Oh, you gotta try it.
I got involved selling K2 with him when his K2 business got so big that he had too much to get rid of by himself. As a 14-year-old, I was like a businessman. Like every morning, I would move a book bag and then come back and get another book bag. At the height of it, I was moving like 3,000 bags, $35 a bag, and we was making like 100,000 a week.
The way I was dealing with things, an operation of it made out of triangle. And so me, my brother G-Boy, and Dovo. I was the one in the middle. And then Dovo, he knows people that to sell to, you know what I mean? So he gives me a wider clientele. My brother, he has all the people that is younger that I don't want to mess with personally, and we just one happy triangle.
Yasser went from like really sweet and really kind to like cocky and like didn't really pay much attention to me anymore. I was working at IHOP and started using drugs to stay awake at night because I worked night shift. Things got worse between him and I. We argued a lot.
I didn't want to be in a relationship, I just wanted to smoke K2.
That ended up being a big problem with me and him, and we broke up.
Where I used to live, it was a house right on the main street. And from the main street, I had a driveway leading all the way back to a back alley. And my window was on the back driveway. So people would just drive through the alley, come up to my window, and straight out the window. Like a McDonald's drive-thru, exactly how it was. K2 is like crack, meth. You take a couple hits of that, You know, you can get addicted to it straight like that, and trying to get off of it, the withdrawals are like meth and heroin. So like, it's not like we were selling something that's like, oh, okay, I might need it tomorrow or next week. No, you want it here, 5 minutes from now, 20 minutes from now. There are people always knocking. One time me and Yasser had went to New York and my mom called me. I'm like, what's up? She's like, there's some lady out here with money in her hands just walking around in the backyard screaming your name. Yeah, that's crazy.
One of my friends had an order, 175 packs in the bag, and we was driving to go drop it off. I look at the rearview mirror and there's a cop. He speeds up to me and like 4 or 5 cars come out. Guns drawn, talking about freeze, get out of the car.
So we all get out. We was all scared because, you know, there's 100 pack in a backpack. There's packed stuff up the seat, and like, we got K2 all in this bitch.
Boom, there's flashlights behind me, flashlights in front of me, beside me, police everywhere. I'm just surrounded by lights. That's when I'm like, oh shit, I'm fucked. The cops pull us over. He's like, you got anything in your car? I'm like, no, sir, I do not. So he goes around the car with the dogs. Dogs cannot smell K2, so I wasn't really worried about that. He opened the trunk and picked up that book bag right there. He opened the bag, and as soon as he opened, all the packs just like, they all just came out. And he was like, what is this? I'm like, I have no idea, man. I don't know what this is. So they took that.
If we got caught with weed, they have like a on-stand testing kit where they just drop it in, shake it around. It's like clear water. If it turns blue, it's positive for marijuana. So they try to do that with K2 because they don't know what it is. And it doesn't do nothing. And so they have to send it off to a lab to get it tested. So it takes about 2-3 weeks.
They took the bags of K2. They cannot charge me with it at the spot. So they just gave me a ticket for driving with expired plates and let me go. I didn't stop. It didn't even faze me, didn't scare me, didn't do nothing. I just kept selling even more and more. I was the king, you know, I was the man out there. I'm untouchable. Three months later, I was in a hotel. I got a call, somebody says he wants 4 packs of K2. I said, okay, no problem, I'll be on my way. I get the K2, put it in my pocket, get outside, start the car. As soon as I got to the hotel, boom, there's flashlights behind me, flashlights in front of me, beside me, police everywhere. I'm just surrounded by lights. And like, that's when I'm like, oh shit, I'm fucked. I mean, they're here. When I parked, they both got out with guns drawn, talking about, get out with your hands up, or whatever. He was like, well, sir, the reason why we got you here is because we have a warrant for your arrest for possession with intent to distribute Schedule 1, Schedule 2 controlled substance. I just got that charge from when they confiscated K2 from me months back. It came back from the lab as positive for K2. They searched me, they found the 4 bags of K2. My heart is pumping. I got drugs all over my system. He puts my hands behind my back and he held them with one hand while going reaching for the handcuffs with the other. But as soon as I heard the handcuffs come, I slipped out of his hands and I just ran for my life. And I had coke in my system, and that helped. I kept running, blood is pumping so hard. I avoided all the streets, so I went in the woods. I could still hear cops running behind me, but they're not close. And I'm bleeding everywhere because I'm telling you, I ran through trees, hit probably walls, hit like the side of the fence, hit all types of shit. I'm scared shitless, but I can't go nowhere. The police surrounded everything, and it's like any type of movements, they hear me. I hear canines coming. But since the canine barks a lot, I took advantage of the noise to climb the tree. Every time he barks, I climb one time. Every time he barks, I climb one time. And eventually I ended in the top of the tree. Somehow they're all convinced I'm in this one little bush, right? So I see like 5 officers there, pointed their guns at this one bush. One person's holding a dog, they all having shotguns and like, ARs and flashlights and everything on this bush, yelling, freeze, get out. We know you're in there, we're gonna shoot. And I'm behind them up there on the tree. This wasn't a funny situation, but now I think about it, like that shit is ridiculous. Eventually they left. I came down, I hid in the trash can for another hour. I made a little pillow and stuff and put a trash bag on top of me. And just waited here for another hour till I couldn't hear police sirens or nothing. Then later on, I'll get to my house safely. They did not know my house was in somebody else's name. The first thing I thought about was drugs. Drugs. I had to crush Coke, K2, and a bunch of Xanax and put them in a travel-sized package to go with me wherever I go. Knowing that I'm gonna get caught at some point, this was gonna be used while I'm locked up. So I was going where it shouldn't be going.
Just to be clear, where were you moving these drugs?
In my ass. I'm on a run. They're looking for me. I can't walk outside. I can't go to the store. I can't do anything. I can't sell. I can't do nothing. I called my lawyer. I was like, look, man, this is what happened. What should I do? Just come in and we'll figure it out from there. That's your best bet. The next day, I walked right into the jail. They locked me up, booked me. I went to the magistrate office and the magistrate was like, I'm not gonna let you out because you ran. But I turned myself in. He's like, it doesn't matter, you ran. So you're a flight risk. So, as soon as he let me in there, I just took out one of the little packages I had, continued my life on with drugs in there, selling and doing, because whatever costs $10 outside costs $100 in there. The people that got it from me knew how I got them in there, but they don't give a fuck. Because they're just as addicted as me, you know what I mean? Time goes on, I think 3 weeks, something like that. My lawyer pushes for a bond hearing. The bond hearing comes, gave me a bond, a few $1,000s. That wasn't a problem, I paid that out. And I got out. My house is still there. All my drugs are still there. I went right back to it. I had probably like 2 ounces of weed. I had 25, 30 Xanax. I look up and it's the police officer. And I'm like, oh shit.
When we broke up, I heard he was selling K2. I honestly didn't believe him at first, but then a friend of mine was buying K2 from him. And that's when I knew that he was doing what everybody said he was doing. He was robbing people and running from the police. He gave 0 fucks. He did not care. It was kind of just all about K2. It was dangerous, and I did worry about him.
A month later, it was me, my homie Dovo, was sitting outside my house. Dovo was like, look, man, you trying to go see some females and whatever. I was like, okay, hold on, man, let me go get some stuff. I had 30 Xanax, Coke, and 2 ounces of weed. I had a lot of shit, right? That's what I was gonna use that night. So I took the chairs up so I could put them inside the house. By the time I moved 2 of them inside the house, there's 1 more chair. I'm coming to get it, so I'm coming. I'm high on Xanax, I'm fried on Xanax. I could barely see. I'm picking up the chair. And as I'm picking up the chair, but the chair is heavy, so I'm like, what the f? I look up, and it's the police officer. He had his foot on the chair and stepped on it. So I was like, yo, can you move your foot, man? And he was like, what? I'm like, move your fucking foot. I'm so high on Xanax, I haven't even yet realized it was a cop. And he yelled, he's like, your name is Yazz? I was like, fuck you. I kicked the chair and ran. Now I know he's a cop, because nobody knows my real name but cops. As soon as I ran, there's another cop this way. As I'm running, I took the weed, throw it. Every time I hit a corner, I'll throw something. I'm already tired, I can barely move. So that's when I just laid down on my stomach and they still looking for me. Freeze, freeze, where you at? And I'm like, I'm just right here, like right here. Next thing I remember, them searching me and pulling the Xanax out of my pocket. And that's the only thing they found was Xanax. I forgot, I thought I threw everything. Turns out they came to pick me up from the charges they got me when I was leaving the hotel with 4 packs of K2 that was in my pocket. But now I picked up resistant arrest charge and Xanax. They still let me out on bond, which I don't understand. I'm like, how did I just get out on bond? There's no way. I have all these charges and I still let out on bond. So I talked to my lawyer, I'm like, look, they just let me out on personal responsibility, on PR bond. He's like, look, man, Drug Task Force have personally requested that I get out on bond. So they can catch me on a bigger charge, like selling. Now I'm out on bond. They have special Drug Task Force assigned to me. So wherever I go, I'll have a tail. So I just went back to night school. You're watching me, you might as well watch me do something good. Plus, I'll sell in school. They wouldn't expect you to sell in school because that's really dumb, but I do really dumb stuff.
My path ended because I've met a white girl. Like, she stuck around for a little bit while we was selling K2, smoking K2, but she knew how bad it was, so she would always try to get me to stop. She'd be like, here, why don't you just smoke some weed with me? And so eventually, I just started selling weed, you know. Me and Yazz, that's my homie no matter what, you know. But as long as you're still moving these drugs right now, bro, I can't be here.
2 months later, I was walking from night school to home. There's a cemetery that you have to go through. And as I was walking towards the cemetery, I see these 2 regular, you know, light-skinned white people praying to a grave. So I didn't think nothing of it. But as soon as I walked right past them, they get up, guns drawn, freeze, do not move. I was like, for what? I haven't done anything. Get on your knees. So I get on my knees, and they arrest me right there on the spot. They had me in handcuffs and shackles. They shackled both my legs so that way I would not run, because the past couple times they tried to catch me, I ran. The cops say, look, man, you tell us what happened, you tell us where you get this shit from, because you've been getting some really strong stuff. What we get from you, we do not get from anybody else we catch around here. Yours is the one we want. Tell us where to get it from, we drop you off right now, this never happened. And you walk away. But then that would make me a snitch. I was like, I don't know where I got it from. All the charges we've been arrested you for, and we've been letting you out on bond, that's it. That's where they stop. You're not going anywhere no more. Yeah, from there, I got locked up. I'm locked up for 5 months, so I have my hair clear, no drugs, nothing. I wasn't ready to go to trial because here's the thing. I had felonies. Even if I beat all felonies, I had like 6 misdemeanors. At that period of time, people that got caught with K2 had their charges either dropped or time served. K2 at that period of time was just getting illegalized. I signed a plea deal, 3 felonies, 20 years, all suspended, but 6 months. Because 6 months is time served. The next day I'm supposed to get out. Immigration comes to pick me up. And now I'm in immigration because I'm like, what the hell? I'm supposed to go home, I'm done my time, so why am I doing immigration? It's like, well, you violated your immigration status because your status says you cannot pick any charges while a citizen. So they locked me up. The first 4 months, I have no idea where I'm at. My family don't know where I'm at. Nobody knows anything about me. So it's kind of scary. It is an immigration facility prison, you know, where people that did 30 years, people that did 40 years, people that did, 60 years, people that did a lot of time, rapists, whatever. Everybody is in the same place. And when I asked them, it's like, none of them is positive. Everybody's like, I'm getting deported. I'm getting deported. I'm like, well, what you think about me? He's like, well, what's your charges? I tell him my charges. He's like, well, where you at? Where you from? I told him where I'm from. He's like, oh, well, you're getting deported. Don't even fight it, just go. I'm like, what do you mean? I don't even know where I'm at. Where am I at? He's like, well, you're somewhere in Virginia, so just sleep until you get deported. The whole jail time did not fuck with my head, The charges didn't fuck with my head. But this right there fucked with my head because I didn't know what was going on. It's like you're in the middle of a room that you have no idea what's outside of it, you know what I mean? Eventually, I seen somebody there that I knew from the street. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? He's like, bro, this is immigration. Every time you get in trouble, if you're not a citizen, you come here and you get deported. I'm like, well, what are you doing? He's like, I'm getting deported, but then when I go to Mexico, I'll just walk right back over. I'm like, so you've been here before? He's like, yep, I've been here. I'm like, how long does this take? He's like, if you fight your case, it's gonna take you at least a year. I'm like, are you serious? He's like, yep. So in a way, I was like, look, man, I need you to help me get in contact with my family so they know where I'm at. He called his family. His brother ran to my family's house and talked to my mother, and from there, we got a lawyer. And from there, I understood where I was at, how long it's gonna take, and so 12 months later of me fighting and going to court, I was on immigration trial for 3 days. They gave me another year. And then 12 months later, I got released from immigration. They took my green card, and they took my status, and they ordered me deported. I am allowed to stay in the country until my country gets better. So basically, I'm here on good faith for now.
They're still talking about sending him back to Iraq for immigration because of what he did in the past. So right now, he's basically like a sitting duck. He could get sent back to Iraq anytime. It's not pretty.
That shit hurt my heart, because that's my homie. Like, and they were threatening about deporting him. I was ready, like, to catch a flight to Iraq to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you gonna go, bro, I'm coming with you.
When I came out of prison, man, there was temptation everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's drugs. Everywhere you look, there's money. Try to go get a job. I can't get a job. Immigration took my papers. I can't get a job. I can't do shit because I got to report to probation. Easiest thing to do is go get an ounce of coke, a couple pounds of weed, and start selling. It puts me right back where I started at. Worse. So that wasn't my option. I've learned all my lessons. I went ahead and looked everywhere for a job. I found the sheriff. Mind you, I never talked to cops before. He's like, hey man, I seen you make a post about looking for a job. I'm like, yep, I do. He's like, well, you look healthy. The job I have can't take strength. You think you're up for it? I'm like, shit, you're the first one to give me a job. I'm like, hell yeah, what's up? He came pick me up the next day. I've been working construction for 5 months now. I mean, it's a pretty good job, $15,000 an hour, 70 hours a week.
When we reunited, he had just gotten out of prison. The first thing that I noticed was that he was more calm, and then I noticed that he was more humble. And I could see that he had like a true potential, even though he had the hardships that he did.
When he's with Summer, he's a whole different person. It's like they meant for each other.
I think Yazz's future is very bright, as long as he keeps his mind to it and he doesn't allow other people or other things to influence his decisions.
My actions cause a consequence. I do feel bad about it, yes. I don't have the best relationship with my dad at all. It's whatever. I mean, you want to be in my life, come be in my life. You don't want to be in my life, stay that way. But I got my mom. She's always loved me through everything. As soon as I get locked up, the first one there is my mom. You can never repay her for what she did. It's been at least a year of drug-free.
Yazz has overcome his own addiction, his own demons. Seeing that he can do it, it gives me the motivation that I can do it too. I'm currently still in recovery from addiction. Without him, I honestly don't think I'd be sitting here talking to you guys. Just kidding. Almost made me cry on camera, and I'm not doing that. I hate him so much. I hate him so much. I love him.